And I'm trying to tell the reader that we don't have a right conception of ancient religions. They're actually very different from what we think. We have these kind of cliched notions of kind of mischievous gods cavorting in clouds and doing all kinds of naughty things that are very human, and just kind of almost a silliness to it, like, whoa, we're so beyond that. But actually, pagan religions were extremely serious, and they were based on creating, go away, Siri. And they were, and they, and they were based on creating very powerful emotional responses in people. And that was what primal religion was about, or ancient religion was about. It wasn't based on texts, on dogma, on the written word. So the Eleusinian mysteries, because there are mysteries, because nobody ever wrote about it, there's no text, there's nothing written that we can go to. Yes, there's the hymn to Demeter that kind of maybe describes a little bit of what it's based on, but we don't know really what happened because nothing was ever written down. It was simply about creating this overwhelming emotional reaction in which you took the initiates to the edge of death. You made them experience death in life, which is the story of Demeter and Persephone. You were like making them feel as if they had gone into the underworld itself. And that created a whole new relationship to life. But I wanted this idea that religion isn't this kind of milk toasty thing that people think about nowadays. It was initially an extremely powerful reaction to human vulnerability, to our weakness in this immense cosmos with all of these very powerful forces. And the religious rituals were to actually mirror that and give you a kind of compensatory sense that you could control it, you could contain it within these kind of powerful experiences.
No, it's really interesting to me that, you know, you've come through your analysis of the darkness, and then a consequence of that was to be motivated to pursue the sublime. You know, it's in the little stamp that I'm using for these kids' book, which I'm doing with this illustrator named Juliette Fogra, who's a real genius in my estimation. We made a stamp, and the motto on the stamp is "Through the darkness into the light." And,
wow.
You know, and there's this old idea that if you look into the darkness enough, you'll find something that compensates for it, right? And that emerges out of the darkness that's greater and more powerful than the darkness. And that part of the looking into the dark side of yourself is you find the power that enables you to deal with mortality. And there is something sublime about that. It's so cool that, you know, all your work investigating and trying to integrate the shadow has led you to this what that your intuition has been gripped by the idea of the sublime. It isn't necessarily where you'd think you'd end up.